made the shocking announcement that it was going to be introducing an all-electric version of the F-150, and that vehicle is now on sale. The F-150 Lightning in production and heading to showrooms and customers. I'm Fox News Autos editor Gary Gastelou, and the Fox Garage is in the F-150 Lightning this week with its chief engineer, Linda Zhang. Thanks for coming for a ride with us.
Thanks for taking me.
So we found out about this, the public, a year ago, but I know you're working on it longer than that. When did your team first get the news that you were going to have to do an electric version of America's best-selling vehicle?
I started the project about 3.5 years ago, and we were thrilled to get the news that we were working on an all-new EV F-150. So it was a fun time.
And you were thrilled. Were you scared at all? I mean, again, this is the biggest vehicle in America, and it's coming off just a couple of years ago, the big radical change to go to an aluminum body, which did work out for it, but I'm sure you had some pressure to not mess it up going all electric.
Yeah, no, we were very thrilled. But in a way, you're right? This vehicle, F-150, F-Series, best-selling truck for 45 years straight. So it's an icon, and we had an incredible opportunity. And we knew we had to do it right, because it was also the one shot for America to see what an EV truck can be.
Now, looking at it, it looks like other F-150s. It shares the body and cab, but underneath, not the same. You didn't just jam some battery packs and electric motors into an internal combustion engine truck.
Right, not at all. We took the truck and we knew that our customers play hard, they work hard, and the truck needs to keep up with them. So we designed it ground up to make sure that it can do that. All new frames, all new battery, all new motors, and even an all new rear independent suspension to give our customers that elevation in ride and handling, while at the same time giving them that capability to be able to use the truck as a truck.
And to do that, what was your biggest challenge? What was the hardest part of this project to make it good enough that you were happy to call it an F-150?
Well, for us, it was really around a lot of the architecture, right? Making sure that we had a big enough motor to be able to do what customers need to do when it came to towing, when it came to acceleration, when it came to hauling, right? All of those things require a lot from a physics and engineering perspective. So sizing those motors, sizing the cooling system, sizing the batteries, as well as ensuring that we had the right level of strength, and even the rear control arms of the all-new independent suspension were all major tasks that the team took on to make sure we got it right.
Why did you go with the independent rear suspension, which most cars and SUVs have? Most big pickups have the solid rear axle. Was it just easier to do with the electric motors, or was it just something you wanted to add to the experience?
Yeah, I mean, part of the benefit of going to a dual motor system is that you have that motor in the rear. And with it, that solid axle didn't make a lot of sense for us. For us, it was the rear independent suspension and the fact that it just gave this vehicle a lift in terms of that ride experience. For us, the biggest sacrifice that we talked about with that system was whether we could make sure that we got the spare in there. Right. So at one point, the team came forward and said we were gonna have to sacrifice that spare. But with nearly a century of know-how with truck customers and the customer insight, we knew that wasn't going to work. Our customers are going to go off-road. AAA doesn't follow them off-road. Our customers, especially from a commercial perspective, where time is money, don't have time to sit on the side of the road waiting for a tow truck. So we packaged the rear independent suspension along with a spare.
And you mentioned going off-road. You think this is a truck people are going to drive off-road?
It's a lot of fun off-road, and it does a great job towing. So we think that we've hit the mark when it comes to Built Ford Tough and making sure that we deliver a truck for our customers.
Now, the biggest issue, of course, with all electric vehicles right now, the two biggest questions people have: how far can I drive it? How long does it take to charge? You've got this up to 320 miles of range, and you can do the 80% charge in about 40 minutes. Do you think that's enough? There's electric vehicle early adopters who are fine with the compromises that they have to make, with the change in lifestyle they have to make to own an electric vehicle. Do you think those numbers are enough to reach that 90 percentile of truck drivers right now?
Well, I don't think that the customer is going to have to change their lifestyle at all. in a way, it's actually going to make their lifestyle possibly easier, right? Because customers today think about their range in terms of what is a full gas tank. For us in an EV, especially with the extended range vehicles, we're giving customers a 80 amp charger for their home. That's a level 2 charging that will charge overnight so that every morning our customers can leave the day with a full range, right? 320 miles on most of our variants. And for the Platinum, which is what we're in right now, 300 miles. So that, I think, is going to really help, right? Because if you think about your day, even from a commercial vehicle perspective, our customers told us they didn't need that many miles. The one difference where you do need more range is on road trips. And with Ford's access to over 90,000 chargers now and growing, that's super convenient. And the way that intelligent range works within the vehicle, it helps to give our customers that range confidence. It takes all of the different inputs into account: ambient temperature, your drive route, topography of that route, what you're hauling or towing, and it tells you which chargers you need to go to for a boost.
Now, another big feature on this is what you call the bidirectional power. Well, first of all, you can use it as a power station, basically, out in the field. You've got a built-in generator, 9.6 kilowatts of output, but you can also plug this into your home with a certain equipment set up to use it as a backup generator in the case of a power outage. How early in the process did it dawn on you that you could do that? Was that one of the initial goals, or during the process did you say, hey, wait a minute, we could do a lot more with this battery than just drive a truck?
Absolutely. That was one of our first goals. When we first started thinking about this, right, it's a truck. It has to do truck things, but it's also an EV. How do we give that and solution to our customers, and what would that be, right? What are some of the things that EVs can provide? One of the things is it's got a giant battery underneath, so that comes with 131 kilowatt hours of usable energy. So with that, what can you do with that other than just driving from A to B? And when we did that, it was very easy to come up with, hey, we've got plugs that we can put in for exportable power. But in addition to that, how great would it be if this was a backup generator for your home in a way that's intelligent and knows when the grid's down, and therefore you can turn the whole house back on for days at a time.
Right, Linda Zhang, thanks for taking us for a ride in the F-150 Lightning.
Thanks for having me.
And to read more about the F-150 Lightning and for the rest of the automotive news, head on over to foxnewsautos.com.